innovation, public service, community leadership, philanthropy. The University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association is proud to honor those who have left the University of Saskatchewan and have gone on to do amazing things through their respective fields and philanthropic efforts. This October, we pay tribute to these esteemed individuals and their achievements at the annual University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association's Honoring Our Alumni event, an evening recognizing their determination and influence. Roma Franco, presented for her outstanding leadership in the arts and education. Roma's Ukrainian roots have been influential in guiding her successful career. She taught many the Ukrainian language, literature, and methods courses at the universities of Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Manitoba. She literally wrote the book on learning to speak Ukrainian with her innovative program, Ukrainian for Speakers of English. This program is still being used in classrooms throughout North America. Her success derives from her progressive methods. Instead of translating stories in class, she would translate stories for the students prior to class and spend time discussing content. This provided students with an appreciation of Ukrainian authors, literary movements, and culture. She has won many awards for her involvement in Ukrainian education, including the Nation Builders Award by the Saskatchewan Council of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress in 1999. After retirement, Roma and her sister, Professor Sonia Morris, set up a publishing company, Language Lanterns Publications Incorporated. So far, 23 books of translations have been published, with more on the way. Ian McClain, presented for his outstanding community leadership and commitment to education. After teaching in both Calgary and Saskatoon in the late 60s, Ian moved to the U of S to become the administrative assistant to the U of S Dean of Arts and Science. He was later appointed University Secretary in 1984, a position he held until retirement. His career at the University of Saskatchewan was comprehensive and mirrored by his commitment to his community. Ian was the founding president of the Administrators and Supervisory Personnel Association, president of the Albert Home and School Association, and president of the Citizens Advisory Committee on Education. As University Secretary, he served on the National Executive on the Canadian Council of Board Chairs and Secretaries. Ian was instrumental in the founding of the Conference of Western Canadian University Board Secretaries. An ex-Husky athlete, he maintained his athletic passion with Old Timers Hockey and acting as president of the Old Timers Division of the Central Men's Hockey Association. Retirement didn't slow Ian down as he continued to serve his community and the university. He maintained several positions on boards across the community before passing away in the fall of 2015. Gret Mccreath, presented for her outstanding volunteerism, philanthropy, and public service. Gret has been an educator, teacher librarian, and administrator for over 30 years in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Ontario. She has taught all grades from kindergarten to grade 12 in both public and private schools. In 2008, she co-wrote the best-selling book Waskasu and Its Neighbors, A Casual Illustrated History. Gret has a long history of involvement with the nonprofit sector and the community at large. She has been a director on various boards, including the St. Albert Public Library, Junior Achievement Alberta, YWCA Calgary, Famous 5 Foundation, University of Calgary Research Ethics, the White Foundation, and served on Resolve's cabinet to create affordable housing in Calgary, plus the Waskasu Foundation. For the last decade, she's been a member of the U of S Senate and Board of Governors. Most recently, she's been named the University of Saskatchewan's ambassador. She has been honored twice by the City of Calgary and received the Conference Board of Canada Royal Bank Partners in Education Award. She received the Excellence in Teaching Award from Alberta Education, was named one of Calgary's Women of Distinction, and in 2011 received a spot on the College of Education Wall of Honor. Ross Phillips, Presented in the Young Alumni category for his commitment to athletics, sports, wellness, and environmentalism. After completing his engineering degree at the University of Regina and master's at the U of S, Ross led a crew of 6 on the Cross Canada Canoe Odyssey, where he was able to combine his love of adventure and research. The trip set out to highlight the importance of Canadian freshwater resources to culture, identity, and environment. The expedition took 149 days and 8,000 kilometers of paddling from Vancouver to St. John's. At the end of it all, the trip was awarded the Royal Canadian Geographic Society's 2011 Expedition of the Year. Ross is currently employed by Golder Associates Limited as a water resource engineer. He continues to study hydrological modeling, hydraulics, and flood forecasting to help resolve technical project issues and environmental assessments. Dr. Bruce Reeder, presented for his commitment to the medical profession and his dedication to public service and humanitarian assistance. After working as a family physician in L'Orange and training at the University of Toronto, Bruce joined the U of S Department of Community Health and Epidemiology in 1987, where he was involved in medical and graduate student teaching, clinical service in the Department of Academic Family Medicine, and research in the epidemiology and prevention of cardiovascular disease and obesity. He held many leadership positions while at the university. Since 2009, Bruce has worked with Doctors Without Borders, where he worked in Liberia on the control of Ebola virus disease, in Kyrgyzstan on the control of drug-resistant tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS, and in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Central African Republic to establish enhanced surveillance and response systems for epidemic diseases. Bruce is an avid outdoorsman and environmentalist. He and his wife Sheila both retired in 2015 and now live in Nelson, BC, where they continue their community involvement and international work. Noelle Rohodinsky, presented for her commitment to the nursing profession and her dedication to Aboriginal health initiatives. Noelle is currently on a tenure-track faculty position at the College of Nursing, where her research explores transitioning healthcare providers to work environments and transitioning clients with chronic illnesses. As a registered nurse, Noelle works casually in Saskatoon, where she feels her bedside experiences contribute to her teaching abilities. She's been involved with the Saskatoon chapter of Crohn's and Colitis Canada since 2010, and also serves as the U of S College of Nursing's Aboriginal Mentorship Program Coordinator. Dedicated to Aboriginal advancements in health, she continues to help new Aboriginal nursing graduates transition to practice experiences. In 2015, Noelle received a Saskatchewan Health Research Foundation Establishment Grant, focusing on registered nurse and physician mentorship in Saskatchewan's rural communities. Ashley Smith, presented in the Young Alumni category for her community leadership, achievement in the arts, and her contribution to the legal profession. After completing her clerkships, Ashley practiced litigation at a major Western Canadian law firm before becoming in-house counsel for the Saskatoon Police Service. She has been published in several peer-reviewed law journals and has authored one book. Ashley balances her day job with her many community commitments. She's involved with St. Thomas More College Lawyers Guild, the Saskatchewan Trial Lawyers Association, the Canadian Bar Association's publication Bar Notes, and is chair of the STM Board of Governors. She also coaches a Western Canada moot team at the U of S College of Law, where her teams have continuously placed in the top 3 nationally. In addition to Ashley's law assignments, she is passionate about the arts. She has performed in theater and ballet. She is a past winner of the Saskatchewan Youth Talent Search, a recipient of a Lieutenant Governor's Celebration of the Arts Pin, and a 2010 recipient of a YWCA Women of Distinction Award. Myronstad, presented for his outstanding community service through philanthropy and his contributions to the energy industry. Myron's career started at Shell Canada, where he was responsible for both domestic and international operations. He moved on to ARC Resources Limited in 1997 and has since been appointed president and CEO of the company. During his career, ARC's production has grown to become one of Canada's top 10 energy producers. Managing all aspects of ARC's oil and gas operations, Myron has helped the company grow from a $200 million startup to an $8 billion oil and gas company. An advocate for his industry, Myron has sat on the CAPP Board of Governors since 2009 and is current chair of the British Columbia Executive Policy Group. He is also involved with the U of S Engineering Advancement Trust, Stars Air Ambulance, and was a Western Canadian board representative to support the 2015 Governor General Leadership Conference. Paul Sukin, presented in the Young Alumni category for his significant contributions to the arts and music education. When he started as a student at the University of Saskatchewan, Paul admits he had no idea that many of the lessons and values he learned would help him in his future career as a professional composer. Since graduating, he's had his compositions played around the world by many ensembles and at reputable venues such as the National Arts Centre in Ottawa and an opera that premiered in Montreal. Paul can also add journal article publications, band and choral publications, and composition awards to his long list of musical achievements. Paul is committed to giving back to his community and co-founded the Strata Festival of New Music in 2012. This is an annual 3-day festival that runs every June in Saskatoon. One of the primary goals of the festival is to give Saskatchewan composers, especially young composers, the chance to have their work performed by professional musicians. Dr. John Wedge, presented for his commitment to advancing the medical profession and his dedication to public service. John has had an illustrious career as an orthopedic surgeon that began in Saskatoon. He has held many roles since then, including head of the Department of Surgery at Royal University Hospital and surgeon-in-chief at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. Today, he is seen as an international authority on complex surgical hip reconstruction in children and adolescents. He shares his expertise by being a mentor to many, being published in over 100 publications and traveling around the world to speak about his influential work. Along with his professional achievements, John serves his community through his public service. He has served on several boards, including the Canadian Orthopedic Research Society and Board of Trustees of the Holland Bloorview Children's Rehabilitation Hospital. In 2006, he co-founded Sick Kids International to provide pediatric specialty advisory services to international partners, which include mostly developing countries. In 2006, John became an officer of the Order of Canada for his outstanding contributions to pediatric orthopedic surgery, and in 2012, he was awarded the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal. Audrey Zettel, presented for her outstanding achievement and service in Aboriginal initiatives and education. Following graduation, Audrey took the position of anatomy and physiology instructor and clinical instructor at Saskatoon and Regina hospitals. Here she established the 2-year nursing curriculum that later formed the basis of the Sask Polytechnic curriculum. Among her many community initiatives, she co-founded Harvest Community Incorporated in 1976, a program that looks to enhance the lives of persons with intellectual disabilities. Since its inception, the program continues to grow and flourish today. Later in her career, Audrey worked in advanced practice as a community health nurse in northern Saskatchewan and throughout the territories, calling those times the thrill of her life. She traveled to different communities, providing health care wherever she went. She became a nurse practitioner in 2004 and worked for Kelsey Health Region until 2012. She calls her family, which includes 11 children, 34 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren, the joy of her life and her crowning achievement.